Achievements made easy. Lag walkthroughs. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Bonkekook here, back with another 1000G achievement walkthrough. And technically, this is for 3000G, as the game we're covering, A Time Traveler's Guide to Past Delicacies, has an Xbox One, an Xbox Series, and a Windows version of the game. Published by Sometimes You and developed by Outlands, it initially released on the 21st of February of 2024 and is currently purchasable for a price of $4.99 per version. But I do want to point out that the Sometimes You games offer you a discount on the Xbox Series version if you buy the Xbox One version first. It's a 50% discount, so you could buy the Xbox One version for $5 and get the Series version for $2.50. I'm not sure if that applies to the Windows version as well. Some people have said it doesn't, but I thought that I did get a discount on it. Maybe it was just on sale when I bought it. Regardless, at least for the series version, you can get it half off if you buy the Xbox One version first, and this applies to almost every Sometimes You published game. With that in mind, there are 11 achievements for 1000G. It's going to take us about 20 minutes to get through the game, and half of that is just going to be spent listening to dialogue from the talking puppets. It's a very weird and quirky game. Not terrible, but not great. And again, going to be quick and easy. About an hour to get the 3000G across all three versions. It can be a little glitchy when it comes to grabbing things. It's better on the console than it is on PC. I could not get my controller to work with the PC version, so I had to use mouse and keyboard, and grabbing things was miserable on mouse and keyboard. There is a text walkthrough on my website, and I did write it up for using the controller and using or playing on console. There are slight differences on the Windows version, and because you have to use a keyboard, the button presses and all that are going to be different. But it should be functional for all three versions of the game, as should this video. With that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Go ahead and choose whatever GamerTag you're going to use. You're going to highlight whatever option you want with the white text. So we're going to choose a new game here. And you're going to have these scenes where the puppet talks to you. Again, about 10 of the 20 minutes we spend in this game is going to be just sitting and listening to the puppet. But I tend to mute the sounds of the game so that I don't run into any copyright issues. So all you're going to have is my silky smooth voice to accompany you through your gamerscore journey. Once he's done talking, a monitor is going to pop up, and this is just a very quick selection screen, which doesn't mean anything because you can't select the other two options. Our first recipe is going to be tamales, and once the monitor pops up, we're going to use the left arrow on the monitor and interact with it to move the picture to the tamales, which are colored in, unlike the other two options. And then we'll press the middle button, the circle, to select that recipe. So you can see I'm selecting the arrows and the circle there at the bottom. We're going to hit the left arrow once with A. This will bring up the colored tamale recipe. You can then press A on the middle circle to select it, and that will move us to the cooking area. Now, you can start cooking here if you want to. For the sake of keeping things simple, I'm not going to. I don't want to start the recipe and then switch to a mini game and come back halfway through the recipe. That could be confusing. So you can start cooking here if you know what you're doing on your second and third run, but for the sake of this video, we're going to wait, because we do get taken to a mini game and then we come back to cooking. And again, while I could start the recipe, then we'd get taken to the mini game, I come back, we continue the recipe. That's just not really worth the confusion it may cause. But I can confirm that it does keep your progress. So if you do want to start cooking everything right now, go wild. I'm not here to boss you around. I'm just trying to help. We'll go over the basics of the screen when we come back. But we're going to be taken to our first simple maze mini game. It's very easy. You don't have to collect any of the ingredients, and I'm going to show you how to get through this very quickly. When you show up in the maze, just hold up, walk all the way up, take a right here, go up, and right into this top or right corner to get a pepper shaker. That will pop your first achievement, Hot Tamales. Achievement number 1 of 11 for 90G, getting us to 90 out of 1,000, and we're going to return back to where we came from. When we get to this intersection here, we're going to take a left, all the way left, and then go up into the exclamation point. You're going to have to press A or B to get that message off the screen, then head to the left, and head up and ram into the blue masked guy here and return the way you came. You're going to run into another exclamation point. Again, press whatever button to clear the message. Go down twice, right 3 times, and up and to the left to stand on that button over there. This will drop the blue masked man into the abyss, and we're going to return back over to there. So go right and down, left, up, left, and up, and this is going to finish the minigame. You'll be brought back to the cooking screen. Now again, this is very simple and most of you could probably just figure this out on your own. The only problem is grabbing the items. Sometimes on console specifically, I would have to grab the items twice before I could hold on to them, and on keyboard or mouse and keyboard, I couldn't hold on to the items a lot of the time. I would get them over to here and they'd fall, and then I'd get them over to here and then they'd fall, and then I'd get them to here, and it was very frustrating. So keep that in mind with the PC version. But as it stands, this is very simple. We're going to be hitting the green button to make ingredients pop out, and we're going to bring the ingredients to wherever we need them. If we're going to be cooking something in the pan, to heat it up, we'll hit the red button. If we're going to blend something, we're going to hit the yellow button, and various other cooking items will drop into frame, and we'll be pressing those buttons as well. But just follow along with me. So hit the green button, that will drop a chili. We're going to grab it twice, bring it over to the blender, and drop it. You might see the little sparkles there. That means the item was registered in it. The physics are terrible, and the items tend to fly off into the abyss. But if you do see the sparkles, that means you are safe to continue. If you did not see the sparkles, if it wasn't the last item, which tends to not have the sparkles, for example, we're adding 3 items here. If we add the broth, it's probably not going to sparkle, but the onion and garlic will. You will see a blue indicator popping up if the step you are on has completed, and I'll show that once we finish this step. But as it stands, get yourself an onion, pull it over to the blender and drop it in. Get yourself some garlic, and then grab some broth. And like I said, oh, the sparkles did show up there that time. Sometimes the sparkles weren't showing up for me. Didn't quite figure that out. As you saw, the broth got knocked out and fell to the floor. Don't worry about that. You're fine. Now that we've moved on to the next step, we're going to grab a tomatillo and drop it in. And there's no sparkles there for some reason. That's what I was thinking of. But you'll see the little blue indicator pop up, and we can now hit the yellow button to blend. That will move us on to the next step, which is moving onions into the pot. So hit the green button, grab your onion, and drop it into the pot. And then we're going to do the same thing for salt and cumin. Cumin? I don't want to get flagged for adult things, so I'm not going to pronounce that in a different way. I think it's cumin. I'm not much of a spice guy. On to the next phase, you're going to hit the green button and a pig will drop out. You're going to bring that into the pan. Hit the green button again and a flamingo will drop down, or a stork. And you're going to drop that into the pan. And then hit the green button again, and some sort of like prawn-human hybrid is going to pop out, and you're going to drop that into the pan. Once that does, you're going to hit the green button again, pick up the masa, and drop it into the blender. And we're going to repeat the same process to put the broth and the lard into the blender. Once you have the 3 ingredients in there, you press the yellow button to blend. and a new button will pop in. This is very easy. Hit it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. Grab one of them if you can before they fly off and try to bring them over to the pot. It does tend to just fling them off. So if they do go off screen, you can hit the blue button again. But once you get one into this pot over here, you just wait, and that will finish the sequence. You are going to have to rate the recipe, and for achievement purposes, you need to rate it 4 stars. I did rate this 1 star once and I didn't get the achievement. I don't know if 2 or 3 will do it, but I know that 4 does. So make sure all 4 stars are lit up and then press A. And after a quick pause there, you'll see the achievement pop. First review. Achievement number 2 of 11 for 90G, getting us to 180 out of 1,000. And we'll get another scene here, and we'll move into a kind of first-person photography minigame, and this is very easy. You're going to hit right bumper, which will bring up your camera, and press A to take pictures. We're going to have 3 exclamation points we have to take pictures of to get recipes. And then we're going to have a Stegosaurus. There's a couple of them, and we just need to take a picture of one of them to pop an achievement. Very quick and easy. Just follow along with me, and we'll get that done very quickly. Once you pop in, run straight forward. You can right bumper and press A on that exclamation point to get a roast. Turn to the left and you can take a picture of that Stegosaurus. That'll pop the Dawn of Everything achievement, number 3 of 11 for 90G, getting us to 270. Then go directly behind the Stegosaurus to take a picture of this exclamation point and get the vegetable stew. Turn about 90 degrees to the right and walk straight forward past a rock, and there's going to be 2 more Stegosauruses this direction into a open area here, and on your right you're going to see the 3rd exclamation point. Just start spamming A as you get close and you'll eventually grab the 3rd recipe, and just going to have a scene here, nothing you can do. Eventually that monitor is going to pop up again, and you can just click the center circle to choose the Colombo chicken and fries recipe. Like I said, about 10 minutes of this is literally just spent listening to the puppet talk to you. There's the monitor. Once it's popped up, you'll see that the chicken recipe is the colorful one, so just hit the middle circle to start the Colombo chicken and fries cooking section. First things first, we're going to go to the bottom left here, and you'll see a star over here. Grab it, and that will pop an achievement. If it doesn't grab, if it's still there, keep tapping A and moving your cursor until you grab it. That's the Natural Salt achievement, number 4 of 11 for 90G, getting us to 360. And theirs is the only portion of the game where you do have to be quick at the end. I'll point out what you need to watch out for, so just follow along with me. We're going to press the green button to spawn some fries in. We're going to grab them and bring them over to the fryer on the left, and then press the yellow button to drop them in. Press the green button to get some chicken and drop it into the pan. Then press the green button to get the Colombo spice, and again, drop that into the pan. And then we're going to do the same thing 3 more times to add salt, lime, and chili. And it's not letting me grab that. There we go. And again, the ingredients are falling out, but I am getting the sparkles, so. There we go. Once this color change happens, you don't have to do anything. The ingredients will fall down. You can press A on them if you want to slice them, but it doesn't really make a difference for progress. And then this next part is where we need to be quick. Once you hit this yellow button, you're going to spawn vegetables into your dish. You're going to press the green button to get broth, and we're going to pick it up, and you're going to hold on before you do anything. You're going to bring it to the pan, but you're going to have a time limit here. Now, in the upper right-hand corner where my cursor is, a button is going to appear. Once we drop the broth into the pan, you need to get that button quickly. If you miss this, you can try quitting out of the game and reloading your save, but I don't know when the autosave is. You may have to restart an entire playthrough. So just keep up with me here. Drop the chicken broth in, and you'll see the button has spawned up here. Just spam A around it to make sure you press it, and the achievement peanut oil for the masses will pop. And you don't have anything else to do here. That's achievement number 5 of 11 for 90G, getting you to 450, and as everything floods, that finishes off the recipe. You can't choose a star rating this time. It happens automatically, and it will pop the Elite Reviewer achievement, number 6 of 11 for 90G, getting you to 540 out of 1,000. And after another scene here, you're going to be brought to another of the first-person photo minigames. This is much easier than the last one, and the last one was pretty easy. There's going to be 3 houses. We have to go inside of each one and take a picture of the things inside. There's an exclamation point in each house. And then once we do that, the lights will dim, and there will be a lit fruit outside that we need to take a picture of to quote-unquote eat it. And that will end that section. Once you gain control, walk into the right house here. There's going to be some sheep in here, so take a picture of them. That will pop the sheeple stew achievement and get you a beer soup recipe. That's achievement number 7 for 90G, getting you to 630. You can take a picture of this exclamation point to get another recipe, and then turn right, and you can actually take a picture of this exclamation point from outside to get that recipe. The lights will dim, and you want to turn around, and you'll see this green fruit lit up over here. Just take a picture of it, and that will cause you to eat it and break everything. This is a very long scene, couple minutes where you're just going to be sitting here doing nothing. Eventually, the monitor will pop up again, and we're going to use the right arrow to move to the right and select the granola bar and coffee recipe once that happens. But there's a lot that happens here. I don't know. I don't know, man. The things we do for Gamerscore. Regardless, we're almost done here. This is the kind of penultimate, everything's breaking. We're going to wrap everything up here in the next 5 minutes or so. This is just an enthralling story if you haven't noticed. I'm just so invested. With that in mind, the monitor will pop up. Again, select the right arrow and press A to highlight the colorful coffee, then press A on the middle circle to select the granola bar and coffee recipe. We got 2 quick achievements here. Scroll to the right and you can hit this red button behind the mask. That will pop the Kelloggenics achievement. Number 8 for 90G, getting you to 720. And then there's a star in the bottom right. You can also grab that will get you the Review Ambassador achievement, number 9 for 90G, getting you to 810 after a while. 810 out of 1,000. I got distracted by the achievement description. My bad. So once you're done with that, press the green button to grab some honey and bring it over to the pot. Press the green button again, grab the oats that spawn, bring them to the pot. Press the green button again, and a puppet's going to spawn in. There's nothing we can do with that. Press the green button. I think it's on a timer here. Something is supposed to happen here. There we go. The yellow thing pops in. Once that does, press the yellow button to drop some nuts. And then once that's done, this yellow button is going to pop up and the indicator will pop over it, and you can press it to finish this sequence. Gonna have another scene, and then you're gonna have another first-person mini game, but no camera this time. Just gonna have to do some running, but you're gonna want to run the direction I do and stop where I do, because if you run fast, you're gonna have to stand in place for a little bit. And if you keep running, you might overshoot where you need to go. So immediately, just start running towards the group of people that's running at you. Our puppet friend has to talk to us 3 times before the structure we need shows up. So we're just going to run this direction. Those Landscapes of Fire achievement, number 10 of 11 for 90G, will be popping, I think, after the first time he talks to us. And that'll get us to 900G out of 1,000. It might be after the second time. The first time I played this, I was wandering everywhere. Just keep running towards the people until you get to like the last 3 or 4. There's the second time he talks to us. I think the achievement's gonna pop. There it is. Once you get about here, when you can see the 4 off into the distance there, just stop. You're gonna wait for the puppet to talk to you one more time. There's gonna be a big puppet like building that'll pop in somewhere in here. As everyone gets raptured off to the future, I guess. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't follow the plot that well. There we go. Once he's done talking to us, this building will pop in. If it doesn't pop, just try running around a little bit. There it is. Run up to the monitor here, and you're going to get talked to again. And once he's done talking to you, the final achievement will pop. One last review, achievement number 11 of 11. Getting us a 100G and 1,000 out of 1,000G total. Once that is done, you'll have your 1,000G. There is a bit more to the game, but we're just here for the achievements, folks. So if you have any questions or comments for me, as always, you can reach out to me and I'll do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.